I'll start off. Just can you talk a little bit about Corey Gaynor's leadership?
Yeah, Corey Gaynor, he's a great guy. Came in and started for us. And, every day since then, he's been like on us, making us better as a unit. I feel like he's really brought all of us together as the starting center of the whole line, and just really making sure that we all like take each other accountable. In times of what we want out of this season, what we wanted out of the last season, how we're going to keep on improving throughout this preseason.
Any stories from just the off season or even in a game last year that kind of exemplify that?
I would say, during like preseason, like our scrimmages, when we're out there in the heat, mostly when the indoor practicing, he brings us together, telling us that, we need to like move past like how we're feeling, like what we need to do on the field. I feel like that really brings us together in terms of like, staying focused on the task that we have in front of us instead of like worried about, other things outside.
How would you describe Randy Clements' coaching style? What do you feel like you've learned the most over the past few months?
I feel like I learned the most is just like my work ethic. Really, I feel like all of our work ethics on the O-line has definitely improved over the spring and leading up to the starting of the season. I feel like he brings like each and every one of us. He's going to coach each and every one of us and not go over anybody and make sure that we all have the same exact assignment. So we start creating that depth that we want. We've got people behind us.
Mac has mentioned that depth before. How an ideal word he wants like 8 offensive linemen that can just slide in and do whatever. Do you see that depth starting to build?
Yeah. We're definitely having a lot of depth building up with with left tackle like with Diego Pounds and right tackle with Trey Green and Eli Sutton. How Coach has us sometimes moving like with Willie, our left guard, moving over to center, me moving to right guard. Ed Montilus coming out, moving over to right guard, or Adorno going to right guard, or moving to left. So definitely that depth that we wanted to build, since we all got together. I feel like we're starting to.
Mac told us yesterday Diego's getting a lot more reps with the Blues at left tackle, and you've been getting a lot more right guard lately. I know that you were there last year. Is that because he's doing so much better that you guys got to get him on the field, and it's a way to keep you on the field, moving you to guard, or can you kind of take us through why that's been going on?
Yeah, it's because with what he was saying earlier with Coach, he's definitely brought us up to a higher level and definitely a higher standard. So with Diego, he's definitely getting better and definitely getting the reps that he deserves on blue. So Coach feels comfortable with moving him up to left tackle and moving me to right guard, or vice versa, things like that. So definitely all of our guys are working hard and all of our guys are definitely improving.
But you're still primarily left tackle right now, right? So you were right guard before you moved to left tackle primarily. I know you played a lot of different positions, got a lot of work along the line. How has it been for you mostly being a left tackle in camp?
It's been definitely challenging moving from right guard to left tackle, but with Coach helping me out with everything I need to do in terms of staying square and making sure that my feet and alignment are straight. Left tackle, it can be difficult, but the transition, Coach has helped me out with that a lot, and I'm starting to get a lot better at that. I'm starting to feel like home now.
What were some of the difficulties in the transition?
I would say just in terms of certain calls that we had that I would mix up sometimes, and in terms of just how the way I set in terms of how I have to stagger my feet and things like that. But like I said, with coaching, one way immediately.
When's the last time that you can remember that you were playing left tackle, or that was maybe your first position? Obviously, you played a lot along the line.
The last time I played left tackle was in high school, freshman, sophomore, and junior year, and then I moved over to the right side. But throughout college, I've been mostly on the right side with right tackle and right guard.
Have you had any talks with anyone, regarding this shift? Maybe maybe Awesome or any guys who have played in the past to kind of help you make that transition to the left side?
Yeah, I talked to Joshua Zuda a little bit, and more Jordan Tucker, our old starting right tackle. He tells me, that I just have to listen to coaching and just make sure that I keep my alignment square to the line and just, let everything else fall in, because I know Coach is going to be there to help us throughout the whole way.
We just talked to Javari, and I know that one of the things that Coach Clements told us and that Coach Lindsey told us in the spring was with the offensive line, you need better balance. You need to be balanced yourself so you can stay engaged longer and be more physical. Javari says he's noticed that from you guys. Would you say that you guys have made significant improvement as far as keeping that balance not just in run block, but in pass protection. So you're kind of at a point where Coach Clements is pleased with the progress.
Absolutely. I mean, like, you know, he's pleased with this, like the progress going on. He's not pleased with what we're at right now. You know, there's still always room for more improvement. But in terms of just like the drills that he has us doing, you know, from like pre-practice, from like 40 minutes before until like, you know, doing extra stuff with us 30 minutes after, he's going to make sure that each and every one of us has an opportunity and a chance to make sure that we know exactly what we need to do in terms of like, you know, our assignments and like how we're supposed to execute those assignments.
Max said yesterday that in the scrimmage there were some sacks still. There's still a bit of a sack issue. Do you think that you guys are getting closer to getting that fixed, or how far do you think you are from having it
We're
fixed?
definitely getting closer to getting that fixed. I mean, like, you know, we got Cayman Rucker, Mari out there on the end. You got Desmond Evans, who's back too, who's a great player for us. You know, we got a lot of great DNs, and so I feel like in terms of just us working, like I feel like we're getting better, and like, you know, it's good that, you know, I mean, it's not good, but in terms of them getting back there, it shows that we still have guys that can, you know, execute to get to the ball, and that just means that we need to work better to stop that kind of thing.
William, I wanted to ask you specifically about Zach Rice and Travion Green, a couple of younger guys on that line. What have you kind of been seeing from them in practice as they kind of have been progressing and doing a lot of the things that you've been talking about?
Great improvement. Both of them are very aggressive when it comes off the ball. You know, there's still some things, you know, they need to work on with like bringing their hands inside, but in the aspect of like just being tough and like wanting to do the right thing, you know, they're exceeding that level all the way through.
For sure. And a word that Matt Brown was kind of using to describe, you know, the line as a whole is consistently being able to, you know, kind of put together consistent plays and things like that. You kind of being an experienced guy, you know, what kind of does it take to kind of establish that consistency on the line?
It's definitely communication, and definitely with, you know, Corey Gaynor bringing us all together, and all of us like Spencer Rowland and me also bringing everyone on the whole line talking together, making sure that you know when it comes to us being on the line, it's communication, so that we know that, you know, if there's anything that we like mess up or like forget, we're all talking, we're all ready to go on to start the play.
Chip's talked a lot about just trying to establish the run game more. Randy, obviously, with the kind of run the damn ball mantra. What have you guys specifically worked on in this fall camp in regards to creating opportunities for those RBs?
I would say just like the drills that Coach has us doing, you know, before and after practice. In terms of just us like staying low, has bars, you know, we get under the chop our feet up and things like that. I just feel like the drills that he has us doing really prepares us for what we're about to see, you know, in game situations.
I know so much of pass blocking, it gets put on the offensive line, but it's, you know, it's a group of people, whether it be running backs, tight ends, quarterbacks, getting the ball out more and things like that. How do you all work on pass blocking both as a position groups individually, and then how does that come together as an offense as a whole?
Well, in terms of position groups, we all come together. You know, we're doing air sets. You know, we have bungee cords that we wrap around our ankles to keep our stagger feet, so we're not like to bring them inside like this. We keep them at a stagger like this, and we have a bar to keep that stagger as we're setting. So I feel like that helps a lot for us. That definitely improved a lot of our stagger stances. And in terms of just as an offense as a whole, you know, we just got to execute and just get it done and make sure that we're all on the same page.
It sounds like it's about a lot of communication for sure.
Absolutely.
A little bit off the field, but doing a story about Heels for Life and kind of the community service aspect of that. How have you gotten involved with that in the summer? Just what does that mean to you?
Going down near Carborough to the food pantry and helping out with boxing food is always just like, I did that before last year in a class, you know, so I always just feel like a blessing just to do something bigger than myself and to help people out there that need it. So I feel like us all like, you know, doing that and helping the community around, I feel like that, you know, really puts an impact on like everyone around here and just like help other people other than myself.
All right. You guys good?
Thanks, Will.
Thank